What's up, everyone? For this video, I'm joined by a very special guest, my friend and former Glion classmate, Federico Scolari. He's a top private banker in Geneva, and I was thrilled to sit down with him and talk about his unique journey from competitive golf to high finance. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, Fede, this is insane. I can't believe after so long. Just in the previous, just earlier today, I was talking to Fred. Now I have this great privilege and opportunity to talk to you. So it's been so long. Thank you so much for connecting. How are you, man?
Good, good.
Yeah,
Everything's fine. I'm happy to be live with you. It's
live
been
and
such a
well,
long
man.
time.
It's been a long time, man. Also, like what, since 2009?
Indeed, yeah, indeed.
Wow.
That's when we started, our professional lives. Right off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, I wanted to reconnect with everybody and just to see, like, what's your story now after all these years? It's been like, what, a good almost 15 years, right? 16 years. So with all these years, I'm sure you've come across so many things, and this is the best way for me to just, reunite with everybody that I know in my network, friends and colleagues, and just hear their story, because I'm sure you have a very interesting story for us to hear.
I hope so, and I hope you guys can learn something out of it. And I
Oh,
think
I'm sure we will, man, because you've had an incredible career going on. And the first question is actually about that. So, you've built an incredible career in private banking. So, when we were in Glion, was financing always in your radar? Like, was it even on your radar?
actually no,
Mm,
because I started off, studying at Lyon without really knowing what I wanted to do. And now, at pretty much 40 years old, I still don't know, to be honest. But I think I kind of know what I like to do. And at the time, I had no idea. So I thought,
yeah,
Lyon hospitality industry,
yeah.
or the hospitality studies rather, they opened many doors. And I thought it
Hmm.
was a really good decision. And at that time, it was 2006,
Yeah,
2007. The financial crisis in the US
yeah.
was brewing, and so that caught my interest. And so I
Hmm.
started reading about it, and I realized that I wanted to understand how financial markets work and how best to do it. Being on a trading floor, I
Hmm.
thought it was a good idea, and so I wanted to work in finance on a trading floor as a trader. And
Yeah.
so that's how basically I got into finance.
Your last semester in Glion specialized in finance, wasn't that? Is that right?
Correct, yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
And when you were focusing, when you graduated from Glion, did you go straight into did you go into straight into private banking, or you worked in hotels a little bit before?
Actually, I did work in hotels well, actually, just really for the first internship for the
Yeah,
first 6 months.
yeah,
And I really enjoyed it. It's just a lot of work. Hotels
it's a
are
lot
a
of work.
lot of work. And
Physically exhausting.
yeah, and pay, I guess, or the outlook on pay wasn't amazing for the outlook, for the type of work and
Hmm.
how much work it is. Still, I think is an honorable profession, because you have to have passion for it. It's just great. Every profession, you really need passion for it, but especially hospitality,
I
because
agree.
the upside, just generally, unless you own a stake in the hotel, your owner, or you have some scheme in performance, the pay, unless you really become GM, or you have a
Yeah,
amazing career, it's 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 not the, how can I say, the 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 upside isn't huge, right? And
true.
still, you the upside you can get out of it is, I guess, is really just the passion, and you really
Right.
must really like that job. But so yeah,
Are
it's
you
not like
passionate about private banking?
I am
Yeah.
I am because you really sort of combine hospitality, or service rather,
Yeah.
and finance, which is what I like.
That's a best of both worlds, and that's why in this second question, because you are a fellow Glion graduate, what would be one unforgettable Glion experience or lesson that you still carry and apply in your professional life today?
Uh, I think there are a bunch, but
Hmm.
there's really one, actually two that I really use or think about often is you can feel, you can read a smile
Mm.
even on the other side of the phone call.
Yeah, yep, yep. You
And
can hear the smile on the phone.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
really powerful.
totally.
It's really powerful.
Yeah.
And so this one I try to apply or I try to remember it. And I feel the same now that I know it. I feel when I call somebody else, I expect
Mhm.
a smile and I hear it if it's not there. And often it's not there. So
Yeah,
people don't really know that trick, but
yeah,
it is very true. And also the second is um, about finance, but also about life.
yeah.
Um, is the higher risk
Mm,
equal the higher return? So if you don't
mm,
take risk, you don't get the high return, and vice
mm.
versa, of
That's
course.
true.
So there's no free lunch. You cannot have the moon without risking it,
Yeah, yeah.
and vice versa. It's about the balance.
To second that, in terms of risk and risk management, the I know how important it is in private banking when it comes to investing. It's all about risk. So the attention to the detail of what you've experienced in Glion, because the detail of the smiling, and it's very 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 specific of what you just expressed. How do you combine the attention to the detail of what you've done in Glion with, at the same time, all of the risks that's associated, like in investing, because your clients, I'm sure your clients in banking are relying heavily on your advice, on when you speak and you give them suggestions, and you're giving them knowledge, like you have to know. So how do you sprinkle that? How do you give them that? What I'm trying to say is trust. Like how can they trust you?
It's very hard. I
Yeah,
mean, because
yeah.
trust you gain it through
Time.
honesty, time.
Yeah,
Time is the main, really the main variable, I'd say. But
yeah.
through time, you've got to be consistent and true, meaning honest.
Honesty.
And so the way I try to gain it, because at the end of the day, I have clients, I have to build new clients, I have to keep the same clients, and I'm just honest. And
Yeah,
so play that honesty card because I think in the long run it pays off.
for sure.
People realize it, people know it, and it just builds a reputation.
It builds
So,
so. Continue.
no, in regards to risk and financial advice, uh, while you're being honest, you're informing the fact that you just don't know it all. But if we work together, we can, do things properly in
Yeah.
a structured manner, and hopefully we avoid incidents or accidents. And
True.
yeah, I don't know, I'm not
Well,
sure if it really answered your question
you
there.
have, you have, but let me ask you a question just for my audience and the viewers to know a little bit. Can you briefly educate us, just very quickly, about the responsibilities of a financial banker, or a person? Because I know that you work at Lombard Odier, right?
Correct, yeah.
And I'm just going to quickly show it here. And in terms of the private banking, this is, if you can just quickly give me an idea of what it is that what you do, and what's the portfolio of the type of clients and investings that you offer.
Sure. Maybe a little bit of a step back. So, in terms of the financial world, you have different types of say banks, if you want. The sort of the normal bank that we use, say normal people like I do. It's basically just a global or commercial bank that you have an account and a savings account, and you get loans, and you can also do
Yeah,
investments in it,
like a
and
regular bank, financial institution.
exactly. Then you also have within it, or separate, you have investment banks. They create
Right.
products for investments. You have asset management firms. They do purely investments, and they do it basically they create funds with a particular story or a strategy. And
Yeah.
there's, I guess, fintechs, or there's just different type of banks. Then you
Yeah.
have
Variety.
private banks are basically banks for the wealthy, and
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
they focus very much on managing together or for the client's assets,
Yeah.
generally for their families also.
Yeah.
And they have this approach around the planning of wealth, meaning they try to help families to structure their money in vehicles that are maybe more tax efficient, or
Mm.
that basically protect the wealth from
Yeah. Financial decision.
against financial decisions, from conflicts in the family, for
Mm.
instance. Or you basically build trusts with certain triggers,
Wow.
from divorce issues. So basically, you really try to help the client in various ways, not only in investing the money as
Mm.
good as possible, but also to structure it in the best way possible, basically.
So are you like the Wolf of Wall Street?
No, no,
You look
not
like
at all.
Leonardo DiCaprio. You could pass for it.
Not at all. I mean, uh, the thing is, especially Lombardy and the private banking world generally, especially in Switzerland,
Yeah.
which is a big industry for Switzerland, the private
Mm.
banking.
Yeah. Of course.
It's generally a conservative, um,
Oh,
a
Mark.
conservative
Yeah.
way to invest, basically. And so you come to a private bank to maintain your wealth, not really, make
Dispose it.
massive money. You make money by taking risks, and
Mm.
the high risk, the high return. But here, when it's really not about taking too much risk, we can, but the you can make money in different ways.
Yeah. Of course.
So the idea is really just to keep the money, grow it
Yeah.
through centuries, and that's why Lombardy has been there since 230 years. It's been doing.
Wow. Yeah. 1700s.
Yeah, actually, there's a good story because Napoleon
Mm.
Bonaparte,
Mm.
emperor of France, if you want, and of Europe at a certain point, he was passing through Geneva
Mhm.
sometime in the early 1800s, and they used the Lombardier services for
Oh, wow. That's how
during
far back it goes.
yeah, I can imagine.
That's crazy.
So basically, yeah, we've been doing this kind of
That's
job
impressive.
for a long
That's
time.
a good company to represent and be part of.
I think so. I think so. Also
Yeah.
for the long run. I mean, these guys have been there for a long time, and have been
I
there
mean, I've
since.
even heard of them. Like I'm in Canada. Like they're recognized very well. So it's quite impressive, man. So let's jump into this next question for you. So where do you see the direction of private banking and the future of technology within the next, for example, 10 years? Like because I was telling to Fred last time when we were talking, like in just 5 years, the birth of AI and Chat GPT, like within just these 5 years. Look at how much has done within these 5 years with AI. And there's people that are still like back in the bus that haven't really grasped it, but the ones that are really digesting like the use of this insane, you know, ecosystem that's out there to use is benefiting a lot. So with that being said, the direction of private banking and these corporations and industries that are really like, tech giants that are all doing everything they can to be in the front of the bus so that they don't fall back behind. What's the future looking like for private banking and technology and AI?
I think it's a bright future, to be honest.
Great.
Meaning that we can use AI um, as a way to be more proactive and
Hmm.
more productive. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
proactive as well, I guess, but
Yeah,
especially
proactive, sure.
it's a boost of productivity. 100%, and already see that already today. We have internal tools in for AI, and it's just we can do things just much faster.
I agree.
But the is I think the question is, it is like, could it be a threat to the business? Could it be a threat to my job? I guess, or I think many people ask themselves this question, and
Correct.
now, whether it's my job or not, I don't think it's important for this context. But
Mm.
for the business, it could be because I see it with some younger clients, especially. They basically do research on with AI, and they tell me, they go really deep. Like they say, dude, I don't really need you. Like
Mm.
I already know, I already learned with AI, who told me what are the best stocks to buy right now in, say,
Oh, yeah.
Japan robotics, for some reason,
Yeah.
because I read about some, yeah, I want to invest in Japanese robotics businesses for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I found it quite interesting because they still come to me because they say, okay, well, I got to this level of, so I picked the theme. I think I really want to do this, but what do you think? So the questions that we get are much more
Specific.
specific. So we become specialists,
Yeah.
and before, or at least for the other type of clients who are a little bit more less keen in learning or using
Mm.
AI, they still very much sort of the traditional client where they are maybe less financial savvy, and so they
Mm.
ask you basically the basic questions. So you've
Yeah.
got to educate them from this very scratch, from the very beginning. So
You must deal with the generational gaps. Like
of
baby boomers probably are the ones you're referring to, traditional and conservative, and then
Yeah, that's why the job is really interesting, because you really just have to speak to 70-year-olds and also 40-year-olds,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
completely
different
different
profiles.
conversation. Still, I think for us in hospitality
Yeah.
and or private banking, the key,
Mm.
I think,
Relationship.
is, yes, indeed, is the human connection.
Yeah.
This will stay, and not only actually,
For
this
life.
will be um, way more valuable.
Than an AI bot.
Then, yeah, then, or a career in a technical,
Mm.
deep technical
Mm.
field.
Yeah.
Of course, there'll still be scientists, and of course, that's valuable. But
Yeah.
you've got to build your human capabilities, your social skills, because that one
Absolutely.
will really, give value, I think.
I totally agree. I did recently did a video on AI and hospitality and how people would probably get a little bit scared that their job might be at risk, and what you need to potentially do in order for you to stand out against these AI robots. Because really, like, AI and robots and these humanoids and all these things that's coming out there are great to do all the dirty work for us. Like, do my dirty work, do my tasks, do the things that I don't want to process. However, don't touch the section where it's revolving with the human interaction, the empathy, the compassion, the feelings. Stay in your lane, basically.
Totally.
And to know how to separate that and work with it, I won't find that as a threat. But
Mhm.
but but if you ignore it and you don't really focus on developing your human skills, yeah, you're going to be in you might be at risk of being affected as well. So you're totally right with that type of human interaction and human connection that you mentioned.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
I don't know if you know Scott Galloway.
of course.
But it's a guy who was an entrepreneur from the US. Was
Mm.
a podcast called Pivot. Really,
Sounds
just
familiar.
basically, I just I saw, or I heard a piece of his podcast. He said something about the sort of the youngsters today,
Yeah.
basically being limited by the culture of staying working from home too much. And
Mm.
also, he's quite a funny guy, but he said also the anti-alcohol uh, kind of
This guy?
yeah, correct, yeah. And he said this is for the youngsters, it's just not good to stay working from home too much, because
Mhm.
you really lose out on team building, but also social um, networking. And I kind of like that. I mean, nothing against working from home. I'm
Yeah.
from home right now, so it's fine. But but it's true. I think it's really important for everybody to just do not forget, the social part and really try to
Right.
build it.
I agree, man. I agree 100%. So, in your view, Fede, what is the one thing that truly separates good service from exceptional, unforgettable service, whether a bank or a hotel? And in some way, I already know what you're going to say. So, go for it.
Detail.
Not to
That's
the,
for me.
the
That's the main.
answer. The answer, you mean?
The
Yeah,
answer is detail.
the
I think
detail. Yeah.
detail, because it's really that. Of course, you can mention many other things. It's
Yeah.
about empathy,
Attention
it's
to
about
detail. Huh?
being, the human touch and proximity, building trusts,
Hmm.
sort of building that relationship with the client,
Hmm. Hmm.
knowing the client, and that's invaluable.
Yeah.
I Just to make an example, I play golf, and
Hmm.
so I became a member of this golf course nearby my home, and it's quite nice, etc. But what really made me become a member there
Hmm.
is I don't really care about the club culture really that much.
Hmm.
I go there just to play my game that I like to do.
Hmm.
Still, I go there, and from day one, I'm Mr. Scolari.
Hmm.
And the staff, and there's 1,000 members, the staff just, everybody knows my surname, which is odd. I mean, I don't even know these guys, and they started calling me with my surname. And then my wife comes by, and she's Mrs. Scolari, even though she doesn't really my name. But this is awesome. Like, it's,
You didn't expect it.
no, not at all. And it's amazing service. I feel like I'm in a hotel every day whenever I go there. It's just an example
So
on that.
recognition matters to you.
Yeah, I guess.
Of
But
course.
it's about making the link, making the
Yeah.
link, making you feel welcome and a home. But I think it's really the detail. And so this for me is a detail,
Yeah.
but it's a good detail. There's a
Oh,
1,000 members.
fantastic.
So how come these guys know 1,000 members' surnames and their faces? It's quite good. It's really
That's
good.
quite impressive. You're right,
But
and I totally
yeah.
agree. Totally agree. So we're almost halfway done with our questions here. And now I got a question for you, Mr. Scolari. See, I know your last name, Mr. Scolari. What has been the most surprising or unpredictable part of your professional journey that you never thought you could have imagined to have or accomplished or gained a skill, something that you never had as a student? What has been something during your period of profession that you've evolved and built within you that you never thought you would be able to do as a student?
It's a good question. I'm not sure um,
Mm.
what it is, but I think it's just
Like I can tell you
but
example if you want, if
yeah,
you want to get an
please,
idea. Like for
please.
example, when I was a student, I would have never ever thought that I would be comfortable to do public speaking. And I never ever would have thought that I would do presentations on a daily basis. And then here for the past 10 years, I've taught thousands of students and I'm doing things in front of a classroom, doing, you know what I mean? So like I never, that skill that I've managed to apply in my work field, I would have never thought as a student I would have been able to do that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think.
Is that
Hold
your
on a
kid
second.
calling you?
Yeah, he's telling me something. He's 3.5. Okay.
Awesome. Hey, show us your kid. Oh my god, what's up, buddy? Hi. You look awesome.
He's like
You can't
half
hear me.
Robin Hood, half Spider-Man,
Half
and
Spider-Man, half
and the
what?
knight, and Robin Hood.
Robin.
Okay, he got shy. That's
Really?
good. So he left. Axel, chiudi la porta. Uh, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure how to reply to that. To be honest, I think overall it's just being unpredictable. I think it's always been sort of a tug of war, or if you want, some sort of battle within me in regards to whether to keep going as an employee kind of career or an entrepreneur. I think I always had, especially at the very beginning of my career, is I always had this willingness to create and do an enterprise or actually create business.
Mhm.
Various businesses, had plenty of ideas, but was really bad execution, I guess. And
Mhm.
what surprised me is that what I didn't know as a student, I thought maybe I could do that step, but I never
Mhm.
really had the, I don't know,
The push,
opportunity, the
the
courage
opportunity.
to just take that step and
Yeah.
do that business. And I think it's probably something I will come to regret at a certain point,
Mm. As
to
a
make my own business.
so with that being said, doing your own business, I understand what you mean, but being a private banker right now in the field that you're in requires a specific kind of skill. And you've mentioned, like, obviously the knowledge of knowing about it, as well as the relationship and connection with your clients. But if you look at where you are right now today and rewind back to 2009, and to see the skill that you have right now, that you've managed to use as one of your great, you know, there's a saying that they say, if you do something more than 10,000 hours, you become a master of it. If you do something and repeat it more than 20,000 hours, you become like a legend and a guru. Like, the more you repeat that skill,
Yeah.
you become like, so what would be in this 20-15 years, have a particular skill, like how you were a former golfer, but in the private banking field, that you had to continuously develop, that you never thought you would be able to do
Yeah.
as a student? Do you have that skill?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yes and no, meaning that the reason why I started off in this field in finance is the curiosity and
Mm,
willingness to learn about how finance works, but especially the fact that I always thought that finance or financial markets is a picture
mm,
of the world, or it's a picture of the world economy on how it will be in tomorrow or today or in 6 months time,
mhm.
because that's what financial markets do. They try to sort of
Predict.
anticipate what could happen. And so it's fascinating, and
Mm,
this allows me to really think about or learn really how the world economy and the world works, whether it is economy or geopolitics. The thing is, it's so complex that I don't think 10,000 or 20,000 hours will ever really give me that
you need a lot
massive.
more, obviously.
Yeah, but it's fascinating because you have people in the business since 50 years and they still get it wrong sometimes,
Mm,
and there's it's just it's
unprecedented.
it's just an impossible art, just like golf, I think, because you just never master it. Even Tiger
Wow.
Woods, or you just never master it. But so it's basically a never-ending challenge, which is
But
a
you
freak.
enjoy it. That's what matters the most.
Yes, yes, but
Mm,
still, I think I being totally humble, I
yeah.
I still was able to, in the past 16 years, to understand it. So
Mm,
now,
mm,
thanks to my experience, not as a private banker, because I've been now since 2 years a private banker, but I was always for 15 years a specialist
mhm,
of bonds in particular, but
mhm,
so in financial markets, really deep in it.
mhm,
It really allowed me to understand it. Now,
mhm.
whether to tell you what to do with the money, that's a different thing. But it's tough, but at least understand it, understand what the market is saying. It's already quite something, I
Have
would
you
say.
ever given your suggestions and advice to your clients, and after doing that, the result did not turn out right, and then it turned out the complete opposite? Do you become accountable for that as an advisor?
100%. Yeah, yeah. We have the, if you want, the fiduciary duty to do the best interest for the client. So the aim is always to do the best, but sometimes you get it wrong. And I think if you explain it well to the client, then it's a it's a decision that we take together.
Yeah, yeah.
So uh, it still goes back to that teaching that I got from Guillaume as well at the time, from finance professor Miss Hu,
Mhm.
telling me the high risk, the higher return. And
High
so
risk
I
return,
think
high
this is
return.
something that I try to teach my clients as
Yeah,
well. So we want to make money, fine. We
yeah,
got to take more risk.
yeah.
So we got to bet on something, and it looks like this is the best, but
Yeah.
it could go down 30%, it could go up 50.
Yeah.
We see.
But you
So yeah,
have the good thing about what you have is you have all the resources, data, and information needed to see the pattern of where the direction of these investments are going, regardless of what industry, bond, or security, or whatever it is. You don't also in your bank offer digital assets as well, like commodities and stable coins and crypto, do you? No,
no, not at the
not yet.
moment.
Not yet.
Not
It,
unfortunately
we're
not.
getting there.
Yeah, yeah. We call ourselves smart followers rather
Mhm.
than leaders, I guess. But no, personally, I've been involved since 2017, so I know the space really well, and I kind of got tired of it because it's just wild.
Wild.
How prices can go up three,
Oh,
four, five
so
times, ten
volatile.
times, and then down 90% in just
It's
6 months.
insane.
So just
Have you been? Do you have are you have you invested in crypto and Bitcoin and
I
stuff?
did in the past. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally, totally. Yeah, 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 absolutely.
I've been
You've got to.
holding. I've been holding since 2016, man.
Good, good,
Yeah,
good.
it's
I
been
started.
doing good for me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's good. No, I
Yeah,
haven't done really that well, but I think still being invested is really what makes you learn. And
correct.
the way I started learning about it is to put some money in it. Very little,
Yeah,
stuff you can lose, but
but
it's the best way to really learn about the space.
digest it. You said it, man. High risk, high return, and the thing is that the high I lost quite a few. Like I've lost like up to 40K at one time, man. Like this is not a joke, but the lesson has been learned, and it's these types of things that it's like when I do my one day I'll sit down with you, Fede, and I'll show you my investment portfolio. I'll be like, what do you think, by the way? I think I'm doing good, right? I got it all spread. All my eggs are in different baskets.
Good. That's good. Diversification.
Diversification, indeed, man. All right, so I don't want to take more of your time, so let's jump into this right here. If you had one thing that you would change in the past, what would it be?
Uh, Man, I don't really think I have many regrets apart
Mm,
of the likely regret that I kind of alluded to before, which will be, I guess, not having done my own business. But we're never too late,
oh, you're never too
um,
late.
because equity
Mm,
is so ownership,
mm,
owning
mm,
assets
mm.
is
Just as
is really what's
important.
about, because that's
Yeah.
that's investing. Now I own an asset which
Mm,
is my apartment.
mm,
That's already investing, and that's already
mm.
pretty good. Uh,
Good.
uh, but um, but yeah,
You're more.
so
Sorry, just to add to what you're saying, are you more interested into having something operational rather than a physical asset that you own, because ownership of a business requires that operational service rather than owning like real estate and flipping it, right? So would you down the road want to set up your own operational business and services, and if so, what type of services would it be?
great question. I think I
Hmm.
would probably, if I had ever the chance, is to run a hotel. And so you see, finally, the word of hospitality is still very much in my mind.
Of course.
So maybe that kind of regret that I never really had a career in it. But yeah, totally.
Well,
If
I
I could,
mean, you're a people person from since day one, and you've always had this human essence of connection. So there's that, and then the financial aspects of running an operation in a hotel is just like any other business. So there is no one better than a person that understands financial management. So there are lots of people that are in hotel managerial, executive, and general manager positions that come from financial background. So you would do a great job at it, I think.
I have to start over to learn how to run a hotel again. But I
Well,
forgot
Glion
all
is
about
right
it.
there if you
Yes,
want to start.
exactly. I'm actually going there this afternoon.
Are you for real? That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome, man.
Normally, yeah.
That's so cool, man. Okay, three more questions. So, what are the untapped opportunities you see for hospitality students to pursue a career in private banking? Now, before you jump into the answer, the reason why I put that question is because a lot of people have this image stuck in their head that if you go to a hotel school, you have to work in a hotel. Or if you focus on hospitality, you're limited to just these service areas. But you are a perfect example that shows that no, like you have an untapped market out there, opportunities that you could pursue in private banking.
I think the stats from Lyon University graduates, tells a lot. Meaning, I think it's 30% of the graduates actually work in the hotel business, and I think
Mm.
50% is in the broader hospitality. So that means
Oh, I didn't know
50%
that.
work in other
Yeah.
industries, among which finance, probably mostly private banking, but not only, luxury or marketing. So in companies that are in the fashion, the jewelry area.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
um,
true.
I think hospitality students have an edge. I don't think HR or many HR realize that, because I've spoken to some of those who hire young graduates, and they said, well, hospitality students are not the ones really we're looking for, because they don't really have the technical knowledge as, a very highly technical university.
Mm.
And I completely disagree. I mean, I agree with that, understanding that the technical knowledge is different, even though it's there, but it's different.
Mm.
The skills that students learn from hospitality school are just unique, and it's really about being um, good at social skills, and learning that part, the sort of more the EQ rather than the IQ, and
Yeah,
that's something you don't really learn in technical schools, in
yeah,
technical
it's true.
universities. So I see a bunch of companies that actually love to hire hospitality students for not hospitality
Related.
related jobs or businesses, because they are dynamic, they know how to work, because often they do internships, and
True.
they're not afraid of uh, how do we say, like
Getting their
dirty
hands
work.
dirty.
Exactly, exactly. And
Yeah, man.
that's key. That's key.
That's so true, man. That's so true. Yeah, so right here we have when you feel overwhelmed or lost, what is your process for recentering and finding your direction again? This is more, I guess, psychological, emotional intelligence.
I don't think I can say, depending to which situation and level, I guess. But what really centers me is my meditation, which is play golf on my own.
Yeah,
It just needs an hour of alone time in the whatever golf course in the forest, or to
yeah,
just
step out.
yes, completely. Other than that is maybe wrong, but I really throw myself into work. So going to the office and go really early in the office, it's kind of peaceful for me.
Hmm.
So I like that.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
good. So you have your own ways. You know exactly where you need to go to just to vent. And so from that, it's either something outdoor physical activity like going playing golf or going to your place, your man cave, we call it.
yes.
I have my own man cave here. I love it. So I totally understand what you mean. That's awesome. Okay, cool, cool. So Mr. Fede, I'm gonna ask you here finally, Federico, last question. So finally, Federico, from a former Italian national golf team player turned private banker, what is the next frontier for you? What's the new challenge or goal that you're focusing on? I know you mentioned that you want to potentially consider opening up your own business, hotel, but other than that type of goal or challenge, it could be personal, it could be professional. What would it be?
I guess um, I always try to sort of picture myself 5 years forward, from a career point of view, or maybe even further out, I would say 10 years. Um, and I think it really helps me because at least you know where you want to get. And so it allows you to, well, if you know your destination, you can really try to map your way there.
Hmm.
And so for me, it's about, growing to my this new job as I change career, if you want, because I really changed my job 2 years ago, becoming a private banker from
Hmm.
an investment specialist. It's a different job, and that already is a challenge. And I think my aim is really just to be successful at it.
Yeah.
Well, the beauty of it is that I changed from a specialist role, knowing a lot about very little, to now a generalist role, which is knowing very little about many things. So it's the definition of generalist. But the beauty is that whenever I have time, I could go deep in every little uh, um, whatever area of the
Area.
job, which is
Mm.
awesome because I have now the space is much broader. So
Mhm.
basically, to respond to your question is I don't know, become mature at my job, and I recognize private banker with um, good clients and be recognized by the firm.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess from a personal point of view, maybe in 10 years' time, I guess when my kids will be
Older.
less, yes, when I have a little bit
That's
more time,
crazy.
is to get back to golf and maybe
Yeah.
get
Retire.
to that would be amazing, but
Yeah.
hard. But we'll
Yeah.
see. Is to go back to scratch golf, basically,
Mhm.
really play, pro level kind of.
Nice.
That'd be something that I would like
That's
to.
awesome, man. That's awesome. Reaching that level of success, and I definitely see it happening. If you manifest it and you believe in it, and seeing where you are and how far you reached today, there's no reason for you not to go that direction. So always give a good tap in the back to yourself, because people tend to be too hard on themselves rather than realizing that you should actually be very gentle and good to yourself. So that's awesome, man. And really, I've learned a lot from you right now, from private banking. And before we wrap it up, Fede, if there's any final words that you would like to share to the audience and viewers. Again, there's people from all over the world that's on my channel, and I get some really good feedback and comments. So what would you like to share to them?
Maybe just what I come to realize, especially in the last 2 years, certainly a little bit more before, but um, I think the networking,
Mm,
and it goes back to the sort of the human connection, but
yeah.
networking has been or is probably the most important, um, not
Connection.
skill, but whatever, like, objective activity that you can do.
Yeah.
Um, However you do it, I try to do it. It's very hard, but I think if to be happy, to be successful, to have opportunities,
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, life is about having opportunities, whether you take them or not. They come
Hmm.
by, so you gotta just grab them or not. It doesn't really matter. I had a bunch of opportunities, and I think they came from the hard work. So
That's
hard work for me brought a good reputation in my small field and in the area that I work here in Geneva, Switzerland. People, I think, recognize that, and
true.
so reputation with built with hard work
Yeah.
and networking
Yeah.
allows you to have opportunities, and opportunities are there for you to take, whether yes or not. And that allows you to just grow as a person, as a professional. And so, I think
So true.
it's really just that. Focus on that. Yes, education is extremely important.
Yeah.
Hard work, of course, but
Yeah.
networking is
So
really
important.
good. It's really
I
good.
totally agree. It's not where you are, but it's really who you are with that makes a difference. It's who you know. It's when you are putting yourself out there to connect with this person, to know that person, the doors unbelievably open without you realizing when you step out and network. Like you've said it, what and before we just again just to find just final words, it's so important for for people to understand. You're talking with so much experience here. You know what you're talking about, Federico. So and I know exactly what you're talking about because I go through that as well. The importance of networking. How do you network? Because people say, okay, yeah, well, networking, okay, I get it, but how do you network? And one of the things that I've told students of mine that are trying to improve their career opportunities is to explore associations out there. So if you're, for example, into financial banking, then there's got to be financial associations in your area that are doing conferences on a regular basis for you to go and invite. Like, you can easily register and go to these places.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like, anyone can go to these conferences. So there's that. And then there's important for them to attend obviously okay, I don't know how you involve yourself with networking, but LinkedIn is one of the most powerful business platforms out there, and networking really is a good, it gives you the key to open that door to so many things just through LinkedIn. So
Yeah, 100%.
totally agree, man.
100%. Yeah, it's crazy expensive, I think the premium account, but
Yeah. This
but it's worth it if
it
you,
is.
know how to use it. It's really powerful.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Federico Scolari, this has been a
Thank you.
fantastic sit down conversation, and hearing you out was so great. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I really look forward to circling back with you again and
Great.
hearing some more stories of you, man. So thank you, man. I appreciate your
No, thank
time.
you. Yeah, yeah. It's been really great. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell the story.
Thank
Uh,
you. It was
and
great.
yeah, I look forward to to see you soon, or that would be really nice. And it
For
feels
sure.
really weird because it's 11 or probably midnight for you, and
It's
it's
almost
quite early
midnight
for
here.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure like for of what day exactly. It's crazy.
What are we today? I forgot. Like, we're going into, I think it's Tuesday. We're going into Tuesday morning. Anyways, but yeah, man, thank you so much. And I'll be in touch with
Thank
you
you.
soon.